Tape for the next one coming up. Jonathan Garcia takes on Anton Potocki. Robin, Anton is on a mission, as we just heard.
Yeah, that was a beautiful piece you guys put together. You do have to be really careful sometimes not to look past the moment, not to look too deep, not to look too far into the future, because
Ladies
the
and
present
gentlemen, in the next
he's going to
fight of the
fight
evening,
right
please
now.
welcome in the blue corner, Jonathan Garcia.
From Puebla, Mexico, again, the Brazilian Warriors camp that will be well represented in this show tonight. Jonathan Garcia at 3-1 is the man who has come all the way to Toronto to try to slow the roll on Anton Potocki. Boy, this is not an easy fight for Anton, Robin. This is a great matchup if he wants to take the next step.
Yes, it is a perfect challenge for him. Definitely the hardest fight of the fights that he's experienced so far. And he will be met with resistance, and that's the test that he needs right now. I didn't like hearing him say, I will roll through this guy. No, words are just words. We use them in many different ways, sometimes to create excitement, sometimes for misdirection. But you don't want to be thinking you're going to roll through this kid. You're going to meet resistance. You're going to be the nail a little bit, and that's what Anton is going to have to prepare for, because Jonathan's going to look to have moments where he's the hammer.
13 years Jonathan Garcia has been training to come here and do this fight against Anton Potocki. 7 years as a kickboxer, 5 years jiu-jitsu specifically, 13 in total, training to be a fighter. He's well-traveled, Robin. He's got a submission to his credit. He's coming off of a decision win. He's fought veterans. He's fought newcomers. He's not turned down a challenge to this day. Jonathan Garcia is a dangerous opponent.
Yes, he is. And every level it gets a little bit harder. And Anton was talking about Gino, who will be in the fight after this. We got some great flyweights. Then we'll see Tony tonight.
Later on, yeah.
But yes, those are big steps, and you don't want to look past the present. And right now, Jonathan Garcia is the present.
Jonathan Garcia believes that Anton Potocki will try to repeat his performance from PFC 15. Get the takedown and win by submission. That's what he is prepared for coming into this fight. We've already seen how that can be switched up from fight to fight with Sierra Dinwoody, as Jonathan Garcia maybe overthought what Anton Potocki is going to bring.
We shall see. We shall see.
And proudly wearing the Brazilian Warriors logo on his trunks is Jonathan Garcia. Boy, you said it, Robin. Flyweight is stacked in PFC.
And in the red corner, Anton Potocki.
And this is potentially the next big one. 31 years old from the Mas Academy. If he gets a win here tonight to move to 2-0, that matchup with Gino Gallipardez is not that far off.
It's not that far. Mas Academy, when we're talking about the history and who brought up and created the mixed martial arts landscape that we see now, Crew Chris, a big part of the Muay Thai story. Back before it was cool to go to Thailand and live in run the mountain and train Muay Thai. Crew Chris was going over there and bringing back that knowledge. He's brought up many a great martial artist in his time, and he's still doing it to this day. And he's a very both intimidating and lovable guy, Crew Chris. And you couldn't have a better coach.
It feels like you could say that a lot about the OGs in Ontario. Lovable guys, but they can certainly be intimidating.
Very much so. And we look up to them. When I was first fighting in 2008 at a very low level, these guys, I looked up to them so much, the Claude Patricks and the Mark Hominicks and all of these, Adrian Woolley's, these were the people that set all of this for us.
By the way, you and I did an Adrian Woolley main event about 11 years ago.
We did? What show was that?
Global Warriors 1.
Oh, wow.
The way, way, way back when fighting first became legal in this province. And we sit here today with one of the biggest cards since those days.
Yes. And not only and I speak for many people watching this, and not just for yourself or myself, but we have all found fighting to be constantly in increasing curiosity and complexity. Like, we don't know more about it than we used to. We know less about it than we used to because it is such a wild and mysterious art form, and it is a beautiful thing to be part of it here.
Anton Potocki, 13 years training Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And as Robin said, under some of the best of the best. It's his opportunity. It's his time if he can seize it and rise his way up the flyweight rankings in Prospect Fighting Championship. Opportunity is knock, knock, knocking at his door. Will he answer it tonight?
He's got Sid Barnier in his corner. One of the many great fighters that Crew Chris has created and raised and developed.
That's a great fighter to have in your corner.
Yeah, he's a vicious one. Nobody hits harder at the lighter weights than Sid Barnier.
Anton's got that same look in his eyes he had before the Crosswell fight a month and a half ago. He's inherited that intimidating look.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this next fight of the evening is brought to us by IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. It'll be contested in the PFC flyweight division over 3 5-minute rounds, and the man in charge of the action is Mr. Brian Beauchamp. And now first, introducing in the blue corner, fighting out of Pueblo, Mexico, representing Brazilian Warriors. He stands 5'4". He weighed in at 125.8 pounds, has a professional record of 3 wins, 1 loss, with 1 win coming by way of submission. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Jonathan Garcia. And in the red corner, fighting out of Cambridge, Ontario, representing MAS, Academy of Martial Arts. He stands 5'5". He weighed in at 123.6 pounds, has an unblemished professional record of 1 win, no losses, with his sole win coming by way of submission. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Anton Potocki.
Cambridge is in the house, and it wasn't easy. It was terrible traffic today. As Anton Potocki looks ready.
He wants to be that mental state that he was in his last performance. It probably felt like an optimal state. You want to compare how he feels now to that, and then either raise himself up or lower himself down and find that pocket, that mental pocket.
Anton, much like Garcia, thought coming into this fight his opponent was going to try to take him down. So let's see where that ends up, as Anton, the first one to get a check mark in the box because Garcia shoots in.
Yeah. And Garcia's had a couple of moments there. He's got the body lock, and he had a little outside trip that he was putting together. It's not a full body lock. It's an over-under, a 50-50.
How much does the experience of Jonathan Garcia weigh into this fight, Robin?
Yes.
Anton's one professional fight was a quick one against Nigel Crosswell.
Yeah, Anton's dropping down really low. It makes a big difference. Comfort, familiarity. The brain has a heart, and that's a really nice, he had to find a fancy way into one of the lower feet, the ankle pick feet rotation, kind of take him off his feet and turn him, and really worked, and now he's to that mount again.
Wow, slick move by Anton Potocki to gain the mount. Garcia's going to need to get him out of there in a hurry. And now Garcia trying to roll away. Anton takes it, takes the neck.
Yeah, Anton also stepped his own body around. That was a really nice little touch. Came up and stepped himself all the way around.
Looking for a body triangle as Garcia throws the elbows to the quad.
Trying to trap the arm now. So I noticed he didn't actually lock that body triangle full in. I think it was a bait. So he's baiting it. It looks like a body triangle when he gets close, but he was trying. Yeah, now see if he does foot underneath. He's cagey. He's a cagey dude. I really do like that he's not in a rush.
Anton looks like he's trying to bait a reaction out of Garcia somewhere here.
Yeah, Garcia's keeping his hips up high.
Anton trying to work. Look, he's got both feet working to the right hip of Garcia.
Yeah, he's under the. Yeah, he's under now.
He won the hand fight.
Yeah, and he almost hid his own hand, trying to trap an arm again. Those legs are worming their way around, trying to catch an arm. Watch there.
He's got it now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that cagey dude. That's what he was looking for. Now you've got 2 and he's got 1, right?
Garcia's in big trouble here, Robin.
So you snake the arm through, and he feeds the hand, his hand to the wrist, and now he's got a free angle on that side. Left arm trapped, right wrist controlled by his right hand.
And now he locks up that body as well.
Yep.
He's got the ankles locked into themselves.
And the left hand is still trapped down around the groin area.
Yeah, Garcia is fighting with one loose arm.
He's doing well, considering he's only got one appendage to work with. And he's hiding his own chin. Anton might try to just attack the jaw.
And Garcia was able to break that lock loose and get the other arm back.
Hey, man, credit Garcia. And this is what I was talking about. You will find resistance as you progress. And you want your fighter not to think I'm just going to blow through these guys, but this could be hard, and when it is hard, that's okay. And that's exactly how Anton is processing this right now.
This is an intriguing chess match.
Yeah, Anton is, if that was the test, and that was the one, when he talked about a test, that's the one I wanted to see him handle, he's handling it.
There might be a neck crank available here with Garcia's head turned in a bad direction. Now he's able to get it loose a little.
So Anton can keep attacking this neck, and of course that's his prerogative, but he may want to move off and throw punches and elbows. You can slide yourself into a mount here, bait him, and slide yourself into a mount. But, you know, when you got a neck, you got a neck. It's a nice thing to have.
Going back to try to trap that arm again.
You know, because from this position, you're really only a step or two away from choking him out, right? But those steps, right now, the steps that have to be taken to accomplish that, Jonathan is stopping them. Jonathan is doing a very good job of stopping them so far.
He is just back forth as
Arm
Anton
bar.
looks to trap it. Can he
Got
break the grip? He's got it split
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Potocki, great position. Garcia trying to hang on.
And, oh, no, it's bad now. That's a bad spot. When you get it under the arm. No. Oh, now, I got him.
Oh, Garcia had to
him.
give it up. Anton Potocki wins this fight by way of, I might believe it was verbal submission.
Yeah, it was verbal and tap. Like he was like, my arm is going to break. So once you jam that hand under the armpit, you shorten the whole area, and it's a lot. You imagine when you go to break a piece of wood in half and you lean it on a brick or something to stomp on it. That's how you're approaching that arm, that joint.
Boy, Jonathan Garcia showed a lot of guts trying to get out of that, working every which way he could, but in the end, Robin, as you said, it was just too locked in by Anton Potocki.
Yeah, that was very nice, and the big win for him, like I said, is that he didn't rush, and he didn't feel like he had to hit a home run, and he didn't feel like he had to blow through this guy. He let the fight unfold, and that's you often. That requires a lot of experience. And in his case, he was already there here in professional fight number 2.
2-0 for Anton Potocki. Keith Crawford will have the official word from Brian Beauchamp, who called a stop to this fight in the first round as we head back into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 4 minutes and 28 seconds of the very first round, referee Brian Beauchamp steps in and stops his fight due to verbal submission for your winner. In the red corner, Anton Potocki.
Thank you both for that fight. Yeah, let's get you some water. I mean, you just worked really hard. Anton Potocki, a lot of people here cheering for you and for your wife who's fighting shortly. How do you think she's processed what just happened here for you?
What's going on, everybody? My wife doesn't need any external motivation. She doesn't need fuel from me. She's gonna smash it with or without me. My wife is the uncrowned queen of 105, and she's just gonna show everybody today.
Nice. Now, Anton, when you were talking about tests, they were talking to you before you were talking about tests, I said the test I wanted to see you have is somebody would offer you a lot of resistance, and he did. He was tough to get his neck, and you just rolled right through it. You accepted the process and just rolled right into it.
Yeah, I want to thank my opponent. He came all the way from Mexico and came into enemy territory and represented. It takes a lot of balls to do that. I've been in that situation, so hats off to him. I had that arm lock really tight. I heard it like pop and crack, and he wasn't tapping till he absolutely had to. He's a tough fucker. But listen, as far as answering questions, I believe I'm gonna answer all the questions. Honestly, he's a tough opponent, with high-level grappling, but fighting is a language that I'm fluent in, and I believe I will answer every question.
Congratulations on a great win. Take a second and thank your people.
Yeah, obviously, you know what it is, Mass Academy Martial Arts. Team Henzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, my cornermen, my coaches. They say it takes a team, but I got a fucking army behind me. And obviously my wife, she's my, my motivation. She's my inspiration. She's everything to me, and she's gonna kill it tonight. And just before I keep talking so much shit and keep talking all day, I just want to say this fight and every fight that I fight is all dedicated to my daughter. She's also my motivation, my inspiration. She's the reason I get up in the morning, and she's my proof that God exists, and I love her. So, Nadia, Daddy's coming home in one piece.
Congratulations, Anton, and good luck to your family and the rest of the night. Anton Potocki.
Anton Potocki moves his professional record to 2-0. And again, what a performance. The second time we have seen Anton Potocki in the prospect cage as referee Brian Beauchamp is having a discussion with Robin Black over to my left. And Brian, when we talk about OGs in terms of Ontario mixed martial arts, Brian Beauchamp is one of the legends. I don't think you could get a whole lot better of an official to have in that spot, Robin, especially with Brian